The SPAR Women's Challenge race has been going for a number of years in Pietermaritzburg, but it was only in 2017 that it became part of the prestigious SPAR Grand Prix. Given the restrictions around the roads and the race venue, the organisers limited the field to 4,500 runners in total across the 5 and 10 kilometre options. They all started together outside the famous Maritzburg College grounds on a beautiful, warm and calm morning. It's interesting to see how fitness amongst women has become more and more popular across the country, irrespective of age and race. Many of them were warming up their tight muscles in the start area, while close by, the favourites were preparing mentally and physically for the tough challenge ahead. For them, it was a matter of large prize money and valuable SPAR Grand Prix points, crucial in the second-last race of the series. Lebo Palula and twin sister Lebachong have been amongst the elite group for nearly 20 years.
I'm doing very good. I'm enjoying the women's race this year in Pietermaritzburg. I'm healthy and strong with my baby already too, coming back from pregnancy, trying to lose some weight with fundraise that I'm enjoying with the women's SPAR ladies.
Yeah, ngasho ukuthi ngi-strong in the nabantu esogijima nabo, they are very strong.
It's good weather, so hopefully we can run better times than last year, so excited. I'm hopefully wanting to come top 3 today, but we'll see. The route is tough, but I'm excited to race.
The start was a long uphill stretch through the Maritzburg suburbs. Both the 5 and 10 kilometre races got going together, so it took several minutes for the back markers to get across the start line. SPAR sponsors 2 such races in the province, the other being the oldest of the series, the Durban race in June, which dates back to 1990. So plenty of racing opportunities for the KZN ladies. As the crowd surged away at the start, the leaders already reached the top of the first hill, where they passed the Harry Gwala Soccer Stadium, a local football venue. These races always include amazing stories of perseverance and human endeavour, mostly out of the headlines, but still inspirational. Today we had just such a story as 82-year-old Shirley Botha embarked on the very first road race of her life. Encouraged by her family, this great-grandmother, with a history of breaking barriers, set about conquering the SPAR race.
Linda is my eldest daughter's youngest daughter, and she started a year ago, and when I arrived back in Howick, I was so surprised to see her, how she's lost weight with this running and all that. And the first thing, the family said, "Ma, are you going to join us for the ladies' SPAR this year?" And I said yes. My vision has deteriorated badly, but it hasn't stopped me from doing what I want to do. I do my own house cleaning, I do my cooking, I walk. I don't need help to do anything at all. I don't allow it to, because I'm an independent person and I'm not sickly. It's just my eyes, it's not 100%, and why sit back now? I help my daughter, she does a lot of charity work, so I knit. You've got to keep going. You can't just sit and not do anything. There's always something to do if you want to do it. My husband was the one that really encouraged me. He kept on saying, "You can do it, you can do it. Go and do it." I'm going to take it as it comes. I'm going to be normal running. If they're in the way, I will try and move away. It's not going to bother me at all. I'll have my eldest daughter's family here. So Heidi is the eldest, she's walking, then Linda is walking, then her son is walking there, and then we'll have the men supporting us. 4 generations, I am very proud of them.
This shows once again that road races often provide the opportunity for remarkable human achievements. And this not only amongst the backmarkers, but for the elite runners as well. Yvette van Sale, 10 weeks post the birth of her second little boy, was right up there with Glenrose Zaba, the current SPAR Grand Prix leader. A brace of Nedbank athletes was just behind, and Kesa Malatsani, defending Grand Prix champion, was there as well. This was a 2-lap course that passed through the centre of the city. When they reached the Pietermaritzburg Oval at about halfway, the 5-kilometre competitors would peel off into the finish, while the competitors in the 10k race would make a loop through a park and do it all again. The route then made a left turn and started down a long hill that would end back at the Oval precinct. Glenrose Zaba has proved to be the most consistent athlete in the SPAR Grand Prix this year.
Ngiqala ukugijima ngisesikolweni e-primary eMuzimuhle esikoleni bebasifosta ukuthi sigijime. Mina bengakuthanda ukugijima. Uthisha wasesikolweni osikhojayo ngokugijima ngitshela ukuthi ngine-talent lokugijima ngichubeke ngokugijima noma ngifika e-high school. Azange ngigijime ama-100, ngiqale ku-long distance 3000 upwards. 2011 I decided to go to join enye club okuthiwa bathi social club. Yilapho ngibone khona ukuthi ngingakhona ukugijima ngichubekele phambili ngako ngazibona ukuthi ngistrong after ukuthi ngithole i-SA, my first SA in cross country. After that SA yangimema ukuthi ngizogijima i-trial cross country. Again I came position 2. We go to the southern region. I managed to qualify for the world champ cross country 2013. My world champ bengijabule kakhulu ngoba bekuqala kwami ukuqualifyela uMzansi ukuthi ngimele iSouth Africa. Ngithe asifika lapha bengazi ukuthi sizogijima esnowini nje. Bengicala ukugijima namanye ama-country like Kenya, Ethiopia, and then bengihlala ngwabona ku-television ukuthi bagijima fast nami ngitshela ukuthi one day ngizogijima nabo. Ngajabula ukuthi yimi ijuna lokuqala cross iline lase-South Africa. Ngize la ePretoria the time I win SA trials senior when I was 20. Michael Seme wangitshela ukuthi kose ngize ePretoria ngoba ubona i-potential kimi ye-athletics. Ngajabula ukuthi hayi ngizokhoja umuntu okhoja uCaster Semenya and then nami ngizoba i-world champ njengoCaster Semenya. Ngithe ngifika la ePretoria Michael Seme wabona ukuthi kose ngifocuse ku 10,000 and specialize with 5,000. Ngihlala ngiyi-1 la ePretoria mara umuntu onginakekela kakhulu uViolet nguye umuntu ongibhekayo. Ngisho ukuthi ngisilo muntu lona ophuma ama-out. I don't have much friends. My focus is on running. Ngicala ukujoina i-boxer 2017. Ucoach wadecide ukuthi ngigijimele i-boxer ngoba izokhona ukungimikisa kuwo wonke ama-SPAR. Gcina end up ku Grand Prix top 5. Ngisho ukuthi umama uyajabula kakhulu ngoba nguye wangiphusha ukuthi ngihambe ngiyojoina le club le bengigijimela before boxer ukuthi abone ukuthi vele nele talent lokugijima. All the time when it's come to the race, bayang supporter, they always there for me. I plan before I run. My mentor always there for me and guide me and give me some point how to run when it's come to the competition. I'm fitter than last year. I'm running without injury. I can win the Grand Prix when God say yes.
Back in the heat of the action in SPAR Pietermaritzburg, the 5-kilometre runners had reached the end of their run. As usual, there was plenty of excitement in the air.
We got to run together as a family. It was amazing and exciting.
It's all about being healthy and making sure that you are maintaining. So we've been here ever since, but now it's time to ask for more people to come and join us. That's the reason.
Yes!
It's really nice to see other women doing what I do, you know, and just to experience being with other women, because normally most of the times I'm alone, so it was nice.
The race was entering a crucial phase. Zaba led Van Sail, Monotsani, Mamarola Choka and Neheng Katala at the 4-kilometre mark. The route took them over the Umsunduzi River with a left turn up ahead, leading back into the Finnish precinct. This was where the race became highly controversial. A kilometre later, Van Sail would be left on her own in the lead as the other four went onto a different, incorrect route. Race director Brad Glasspool explains.
From what we can determine, there was a group of runners who were following the lead bicycle. It's a split at the route where we can't take vehicles through, so they pull off into a turning point. The lead bicycle takes them through the mayor's garden and then brings them out to that point. The lead bicycle continued straight, and 4 or 5 of the runners, from what we understand, turned right and followed vehicles up the path instead of following the lead bicycle.
We were together until 4.5 Ks. I was leading the pack until we turned just before we hit 4 Ks. And then we had the loop coming up that we ran through the park. So then there was a lot of commotion. I was already in the loop when I realized the lead cyclists weren't with us. So that's when I started looking around and I saw the lead cyclists whistling, and then I realized we have to go the other direction. Of course, we all ran it last year, so we actually knew it. But the others, I thought, was just going through the roundabout, through the circle, and then will catch up to me. So when I hit the park, when we got the only water point that we were told of the day before, so yeah, I was slowing down and thinking it would only be 30 meters that they would be behind. So if they catch me, we can race on. But then when we came out of the park, they were nowhere.
Some people were totally unaware of this drama.
The race was very nice, and it was my second time today. I enjoy it. Next year I'll be here.
The race was fantastic. It was my first time. I enjoyed it very well. It was very nice.
It's nice. It makes us united as ladies.
The crew all together, running all together, it was very nice for me, for my experience.
Wow, this was my first SPAR run, 10 kilometers, and it was very good. I'm feeling like I can do another 5 more.
It was fun. It was fun, yeah. Seeing a lot of people also running encourages you to run. It's good. Yeah. It's good. This is my first time as well. Yeah, and I managed to do the 10 kilometers, yeah.
Back in the race, no one really knew what was happening.
I didn't know actually what was going on. I knew they weren't with me anymore, but I didn't know where they were. And one guy told me I was 7th along the road. So yeah, a lot of confusion while I was running that last 5.5 K. So it couldn't really focus all my attention on the race. There was a lot of going on in my head.
This was such a pity, as the remainder of the people were having a ball out there in the perfect conditions. At the finish, thousands of ladies poured into the Cricket Oval finish venue, and they were happy to chat to us.
The race was it was nice.
Everything was
really enjoyed the whole thing.
It was my first time. It was my first time, but I enjoyed everything. I didn't even sweat, so I took 5. You see, but I didn't. Next time I'm taking
Suddenly, Yvette was leading the way all on her own, with a brand new group of runners behind her. Yvette Van Sail was far out in front, and now there was a new second-place runner, Jenna Tembele. For many of these ladies, this was their first ever road race, and they were naturally very excited. Others, however, had made the journey before.
That was my second time, and it was not the same as last year. This year was better. Last time I had 45 minutes, and this time I got 40 minutes. 5 minutes, it's more than enough.
It was fun. Joy.
happy. Yeah. Next year we're coming again.
Thank you, SPAR!
Jenna Tembele was soon challenged by Rotenda Neahora, who was in great form after recovering from an injury. Rotenda also commented on the chaos.
I was asking myself, are we the one who got lost, who is running the wrong route? So like my mind was not even there. I just run until to the finishing, but just running, not see other ladies, that thing is really, I don't know, analyze, really confused me because I'm used, like when we are running, we are chasing each other, running away from each other. But when you were only 4, it was because it was only Yvette in front, then me, Janet and Rudo. Then behind us, there was no one chasing us.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, Kesa Malitsani appeared at the finish. The group that had gone the wrong way had continued to race, and Kesa had won this race within a race, several hundred meters short of the required 10 kilometers. To say that everyone was confused would be an understatement, and that included the runners. Then Glenrose and Neheng Katala arrived at the finish, 13 seconds behind Malitsani. Their confusion even extended to not knowing which finish tunnel to use. Katala actually ran some distance further than Zaba because of the tunnel issue, and this cost her a lot as events played out over the following days. Now it was Zaba second, Katala third. They were running in the 5 kilometer finish lane as well, confusing things even more. But back now to the real race leader. Yvette was still out there as Malitsani and the others headed for the showers. With her was the trusty lead cyclist, a man who would soon be firmly in the spotlight. Yvette became the first runner to complete the full 10 kilometers, including the correct distance around the track. Her time of 34:26 was excellent, considering the confusion in her mind over the second lap. The big question, of course, would be untangling the series of events that led to 5 runners going the wrong way.
I thought I had like a really good race. Seeing my time was better than last year's time, and maybe if I didn't slow down and a bit confusion, I would have maybe ran a bit faster. But yeah, it was just I was happy to win, but I didn't feel like it was a win. So it was a bit of bittersweet letdown. But yeah, it was on the day I felt like I was doing the best I could.
Athletes are professionals, and you need to know the route. If we had taken the entire race on the wrong route, then it would have been very different. But I do need to go out and ensure that our marshals are double checking, and possibly we just need to fence off areas so people can't make those mistakes. If there's a barrier there, they're not going to take that route. So that's something we certainly will be looking at for the future.
Janet Mbele eventually entered the oval slightly ahead of Rutendo Nehora after a big tussle over the final section. On the field, Janet passed Lebachong Palula, one of the runners who had also gone on the wrong route. This was getting mighty complicated. Nehora was just as confused as everybody else.
There was a time that I told myself, no, let me focus now. I think it was around 7Ks, but it was late already. When I was trying to chase Yvette, it's the time that I was even tiring my body. And then Jenny, she just passed me last 100 meters to go because I was trying to do something, I was running to chase Yvette, trying to run a bonus time, but around 9Ks I could see I'm late already, and that's where I made even a huge mistake. I ended up being position 3.
Eventually, the official results gave Van Sale the win after 5 others, including Kesa and Glenrose, were disqualified after sitting of the jury of appeal. The age group results were clear, however, with Kellerman, Thomas, De Oliveira and Moyler winning their respective races. Zaba still leads the SPAR Grand Prix even after the disqualification today. But Mondoa and Nehora were the big winners after runners previously above them scored no points. Kesa sits now in 4th spot, but this was only the beginning, as post-race tempers flared in the aftermath of what was now a debacle. But all of this was a universe away from the world of Shirley Botha, who finished her maiden 5-kilometer race in the company of her granddaughter Lynn, herself an excellent athlete.
Yes, 53 and some odd seconds, I don't know, but my granddaughter kept me going. It was lovely. I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it. It really was lovely.
There were smiles all around as the age group winners took to the podium. These runners, including legends such as Blanche Moyler, Grace de Oliveira, Gail Babbage and Janine Carey, represent all that is good in the sport of road running. Long may they continue to grace our roads. And of course there was the charity handover, this year to CHOC, the Children's Cancer Charity, which continues to do wonderful work amongst many sick kids and their families. Just 4 days later, the SPAR circuit moved to Broadacres in Johannesburg for the launch of the final race of the year in October. In these tranquil surroundings, the atmosphere was relaxed as the city looked forward to spring blossoms and warmth after a challenging winter. But under that gentle exterior was a hint of tension, the question being, who will eventually lift the coveted SPAR Grand Prix title? With the results in Pietermaritzburg still undecided, we'll just have to wait. See you all there.